Hello everyone. It's sure been a minute, hasn't it? This is gonna be my first update in 2 months. And if you watched my and Emma's Ipsy swap video, I talked a little bit about why I haven't been posting these last 2 months. But basically I just have been getting really busy with school and work and just life in general. So I didn't do an update last month, which was May. So all the shadows that I'm talking about today, I've like kind of been working on them for 2 months, but also I was definitely much more focused on them in April, and then in May I just kind of was like, well, why? And I wasn't even tracking my usage in May, so I don't really know how many times I have used these shadows. So this is gonna be a little bit of like a messy video, so just bear with me. I'm trying to get back on track, but like I said in the Ipsy video, I'm about to graduate, so I'll have some more time, and I'm really excited to dedicate some more time to this channel because it's super fun. So looking forward to that. But let's just start this thing off, you know? Shan't we? The first shade I'm going to talk about is Ice Cold in the ColourPop Mint to Be palette. I have used this, I'm gonna have to guess for a lot of these. I've just really not been doing a good job. It looks like total I've used this probably like almost 20 times or so. So if I can find an image, I'll show you what that looked like last month. Quick editing note, I did not take pictures 2 months ago. And this is what we are looking at this month. So I have hit pan, and I've used it a few more times since I've hit pan just because I love it so much. If this palette looks a little different, it's because I replaced this shade with one from the Child palette from ColourPop. This palette is always so much fun to reach for, and I like it a lot, so it's been really fun to focus on it this month. Okay, the next shade is Disrupt in my Morphe 3503 Fierce in Nature palette. So I have had this shade with me since at least February, and I've used it at least 26 times. It's probably been a few more times than that. And it is this shade right here. And we're at 26 uses, and you probably like would not believe me if I said that because of how little progress there is in it. I don't know, I mean it's super pigmented, so whenever I use it I really don't need a lot, and that goes for also like when I wear it as a blush. I'm considering just going ahead and rolling this out. I think 26 uses is a lot of uses, and I definitely got good use out of this and this palette in general. I've gotten to know it much better, and yeah, it's really fun. If I'm not mistaken, this next shade I think I only rolled in the beginning of April, and from what I can see I only used it 7 times, and after 6 uses I hit pan because it's very soft. But I've used it a bunch after that because I just love it so much. And it is the shade Iceworm in the Menagerie Pastel Pup palette, which I have like as singles. As you can see, I did hit a pretty big pan actually with this one. It's super pretty and it's super fun to use, and I think that the fact that I've been reaching for it even after I hit such a huge pan just goes to show like how great of a shadow it is. These shadows don't last very long, but honestly they're so pretty that I don't really mind. I'm sure one day I will want to get a higher quality pastel palette, but for right now this is like, it works just fine for me. I don't know if you remember, but with this next shade, Icon, which is a like dark brown, I said that I would make it a goal, I think, to use it at least 10 times, I think was the number. If not, I'll insert what the correct number was here because I don't feel like checking right now. And all I do know for sure is that I surpassed that number, and kind of kept using it after those uses. So it looks like in April I used it 13 times, and I know I used it a few more times in May. But obviously there is no pan, there is a little dip in there, and I'm glad I used it. I'm glad I got to pull this palette out. Trying to kind of give it like a last go before I have to throw it out, because it's on its way out in terms of like quality and expiration and all that good stuff. But I will be rolling this out because I hit the goal that I said I was gonna hit. I did it, we did it, we're proud, and we're done. Okay, the next shade in here is a Hosi in the Juvia's Place The Warrior palette. This has been in this project so many times, but it's honestly really satisfying to look at this and see how many pans I have. I used it 16 times in April. I'm not sure how many times in May, probably like another 5, so I want to say roughly 21 times. And it is just this like base shade, and you can see a dip in there. I'm gonna keep it in here, not gonna roll it out, because I think this shouldn't be too difficult to hit pan on, and it goes with so many looks. So yeah, that's been pretty nice to use, so we're gonna keep working on that one. The next shade that I have is Opal in the KVD Alchemy palette, which is that pink shade. I used it 9 times in April and probably like 3 more times in May, so probably just about 12 uses or so. Little bit of a dip. It's super fun. It's this like pink shifty thing, so you can use it like on your eyes or as a highlight on your face or a blush topper. It's really fun. So we're gonna keep working on that one. So even in 2 months of working, I only hit pan on 2 shades, but that's okay. So we are going to be rolling these out. And then for these ones, this one I hit the goal that I said I was going for, so I'm gonna roll this one out. And then for this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll it out. I've been working on it for a bit now, and I'm ready to move on and try something new. So even though I only hit pans on 2 shades, we're rolling out 4, so we're gonna roll in 4 new ones, and I feel like I'm cheating, but it's okay. I'm excited. Alright, so the way that I've been doing this recently is just rolling all my palettes so that I have at least 6 palettes in rotation at all times. So right now we've got the Warrior and Alchemy, so I have 13 palettes, so if I roll in one of these 2, I'm gonna roll again. The first number is 19, which is gonna be my Thumper palette by ColourPop. The second one is number 5, which is Venus 1 again. The third one is 4, which is my Buxom customizable palette. I don't think that's ever been in here before. The fourth palette is 12. Ooh, that's newer, that's newer. Oh, never mind, no it's not. The Mint to Be again. The first palette is this little mini palette called Thumper by ColourPop. It's kind of this like green pink thing. I was actually considering returning this because I don't think the quality is that good. It kind of fades pretty quickly, but I just really liked the color story and it was pretty cheap. So I think I'm just gonna work with whatever shade I get, and if I end up wanting to keep it, I'll keep it, and at the end of the month, if I still don't like it, I am probably gonna return this. We've just got 5 shades in here, so 1 through 5. I got number 4. Oh, okay. Which is, how do you even describe this? Sort of like a dusty mauve, almost, which this is an interesting shade for sure. I'm not totally sure how I'm gonna use it, but we will figure it out. Next, I have my customized Buxom palette that I built probably in like 2016 maybe. I rarely reach for it, but it does have some really cool things happening in here. So we've got 6 shades, and I'm gonna roll a number 3. A brown, a typical brown. That's okay. At least, here, let's see, how do these look together? Meh. This is called Big Spender. Really? That doesn't feel right for just like a matte brown. Whatever. Okay. Next is our girl that just won't quit, Venus 1. I have 8 shades in here. I have pan in this one already, and obviously I was just working on that one, so if I get either of these, I am gonna roll again. Okay, I got 8. Okay, cool. So 8 is kind of this like dark cranberry matte. Lots of mattes still. I've been working with mattes a lot lately. I'm actually really excited to work with this one, honestly. I've never really like gotten to know this shadow. So yeah, that'll be exciting. And last we have the Mint to Be palette again. So I'm only gonna roll out of 8 because this one technically is part of a different palette. So I won't do the full 9, and again, if I roll this one, I will re-roll. 1. Okay, so 1 is gonna, oh, that's gonna go so quick. 1 is Mint Tea, which is one of my favorite shades in this palette, and I'm heartbroken because it's broken so many times, and I've had to repress it so many times that, like, look how low in the pan that is. So honestly, I'll probably hit pan on that in like 5 uses max, maybe. But I'm excited to have that one in here. Yes, that one is Mint Tea right there, very pretty. This color palette is so all over the place. Let me swatch the shades that I'm rolling in from, or that I'm keeping from last month, and let's look at it as a whole. Okay, this is definitely the most unique color palette I've ever had. Obviously, these two shades are very similar, but they are different tones. This one's much cooler, this one's a little bit more neutral, so I'm not against having both of those in there, especially because I think that they're good shades to deepen up various looks. But yeah, this is a very interesting color story. Let me know if you have any suggestions on how to wear this. I think I can very easily get like a neutral matte look with these, as well as like a very bright, fun, summery thing with these 3. I think pairing these together would be so pretty. Obviously these, and obviously these as well. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I've kind of been stuck with like a very, I've had like a brown and green sort of color story for the past like 3 months at least, and blue as well. So I am excited to try something new. Hopefully I can use one of these in my brows as well. That might be nice. And as a contour too, honestly. Thank you so much so much for watching this video. I'm sorry that it is so late, but I deeply appreciate you hopping back on with me and acting like nothing ever happened. By the time I post this, my Ipsy swap video for May should be up, so if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and do that. It was just Emma's birthday yesterday, but by the time I post this, it'll probably be like a week ago. But it was just her birthday, so it would be a good birthday gift if you go ahead and watch that video and maybe leave her some birthday wishes. Thank you again so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.